Hey, everybody, welcome to another episode of So Tell Us Time. We're super excited to be here with you guys today. It's another awesome Tuesday, and I hope you guys feel motivated. I know I do. It was a great Monday. I think we've got a long weekend coming up, right? Don't we have
Yep.
Labor Day coming up on, is it next Monday?
Yes.
So it's going to be a long weekend for everybody. So that's exciting. I'm sure you guys have plans and you're excited about that. But in the meantime, you need to focus and you need to crank, right? So that you can go out of town this weekend and have a great weekend, and feel, not overwhelmed, feel like you got things accomplished and got things done, not going out of town with your mind, wrapped around what you didn't get done this week. Or what you need to get done, or all that work, no, go enjoy the family, enjoy the vacation, enjoy all of that. So make this week really productive. We're going to help you out with that by focusing your mind on what we call campaign mania. See, today we're talking about how you should turn those and can turn those shoulda, woulda, coulda communications with your clients into actual sales of, existing clients as well as potential clients. And so we're talking about being able to communicate easily using campaigns. All the time we hear people be like, oh, I would do this, or I should do this, or I should do that. And I'm like, yeah, that's a campaign. Like, you should set that up. And so Troy's going to talk about that more in this episode. But it's like, once you listen to this episode, you're going to start saying, oh, that's a campaign. That's a campaign. That's a campaign. So if you don't know what a campaign is yet, well, you're about to find out, and you're going to start thinking everything's a campaign, and it's going to make your life awesome. So Troy, go ahead, jump in.
Yeah, absolutely. So today we met with a client, and we were probably with him for 60 minutes or so.
Yep.
And it was interesting throughout this meeting. He kept mentioning, several different ways that he wants to communicate with his clients and his potential clients, but he just hasn't gotten around to doing it. Like Trevor said, it's like, oh man, I need to do this, and I need to reach out to my clients about this, and I need to send this. And we're listening to him, and we're like, yeah, those are all campaigns. So what is a campaign? A campaign is just basically a series of communications, whether it's email or text messages that are going out, that are automated, right? That just are done for you, basically, meaning you're not having to send off these, one individual email and then go send another email later. It's just all automated in like a drip campaign, so that these communications go out, and they go out consistently to your customers and to your potential customers, right? The ones who haven't signed up yet, because a lot of times, and in this very situation, the guy's like, yeah, I need to send off an email about that. And it's like, well, yeah, you've been saying that for how long now?
Yeah.
And you still haven't sent off that email, right? One-off emails and SMSs just never get sent because we're too busy running the business to actually go and get that work done, and that's why we need to set up. Yeah.
In this day and age, most likely a lot of you are just sending emails if you are sending communications. And that is just sad. That is like such a text message is so, like, we were even talking about it with this client. He's like, when I get a text message, within 3 seconds, I'm opening up that text message, and I'm looking at what is it? Cause it now the phone like continue. If you don't look at it and it's in your pocket, it continues to like vibrate. Like my iPhone will just continue to tell me, hey, there's an unseen message there and everything. Whereas versus an email, I live in my email because of my career. Right. But not everybody does. And especially the consumer does not live in their email. My wife is a consumer. My wife checks her email once every 3 or 4 months, right? Like, she's not in her email every single day. So text message is key. And if you don't have that set up, and it was funny because he was even talking about communication. And I said, I never have received text message communication from your company. And he's like, really? And he's like, I thought there was. And he's like, oh, you're right. We only do email. And I was like, yeah. And like, that's not great. And he's like, oh, dang it. So anyways, just getting into that. You better be texting people.
Exactly. And again, you want to set these up as campaigns and just let them run so that they're always going on, right? Because a lot of times we get caught up in like, well, I want to send the right message at the exact right time. It needs to go right at this time. And guess what? It never goes at that time because you never get around to actually sending it. Right.
Yeah.
So you set up a campaign, you put automation behind it, and then you let it run and let it do work for you.
Yeah.
So here's some campaign ideas for you. You might be saying to yourself, well, what kind of campaigns would I even do? Well, here we go. How about you remind your existing clients about all of your services? And I can give you a perfect example of that. We set up a campaign for one of our clients who's in pest control, has like 5 other different services that the majority of his clients are not utilizing. The majority of his clients, 90% of his clients, use his pest control services, but he's got all these other services available. So we set up a campaign that just went out and just reminded them every quarter, hey, guess what? Do you remember that we also provide this service and this service? Have you checked out this service? Now's a great time to get this service, right? And he immediately saw an increase in business. As soon as that campaign started, all of a sudden people were reaching out and go, oh man, I totally forgot that you did that. Yes, please come and do termites, the termite prevention on my house, right? So reminding them of your existing services is really important. That's a great campaign to set up. Another one is remind your existing clients of your referral program. And that's what this one guy was saying today. He's like, oh man, I really need to, send out and remind my clients that I've got this referral program so that they'll refer their friends and family to me, because he's really wanting to grow, triple his business the way it is right now. Mm-hmm. He's got to grow it. And he's like, how can I do that the most cost-effective way? Okay, great. A referral program. Oh yeah, I have that program, but I never tell anybody about it. Oh, okay. Well, let's just start reminding them all the time about that. It's not something that you just tell them about once, right? It's something that you can remind them every 3 months about the referral program, So that's a great campaign to do. Another one is special offers to your potential clients, right? I mean, you can send special offers to your existing clients, and that's great too. But for those people that are not clients yet, you may have used marketing, Google ads, Facebook ads to get that lead in the first place. And then you just let it die and you never communicate with them again. They didn't buy from me in the first 7 days. So I guess it's just dead. No, it's not, right? Set up a campaign that continually follows up with them, whether it's on a monthly basis or every 3 months, that just gives them special offers that they can claim. Because guess what? They may not take this offer, but 3 months later, they'll take that offer. And now you've got a new customer, right? And again, you probably are not going to take the time or even remember every 3 months to send a new offer out to all those people. So just automate the entire process, get that offer out there. Another great one is just quarterly check-ins with both your existing, and potential clients. Just checking in with them. You'd be surprised how much business you can drum up when you just do a quick check-in of like, hey, I was thinking about you and I just wanted to check in, see how things are going. Is there anything our company can do for you? And you'd be surprised at how many people are like, oh yeah, absolutely. I've been meaning to call you. I've been meaning to text you, right? I need this done. I need my carpets cleaned, or I need my, my furniture cleaned, or whatever it might be. I need someone to pressure wash the house again. It's starting to look bad. So having those quarterly check-ins does a lot for your business. Not only is it, reaching out to them, but it's keeping yourself top of mind with those customers, right? Because I don't know about you, but if you're not a monthly recurring business with them, if they use your service every 3 months, 6 months, or maybe once a year, how many times have you lost business to someone else because they don't remember, who was it that came and cleaned my carpets last? Or who was it that pressure washed my driveway? I can't remember that name, right? Well, if you're just quarterly checking in with them, they're going to remember your name, right? They're going to have messages from you. Another great campaign is seasonal offers, right? If you have, I was going to say, if you have seasons, because we are in Arizona and there's only 2 seasons,
it's hot and hotter.
Super hot. Exactly.
That's right.
So, but if they, you can have seasonal offers that go out there. Maybe it's, it's an offer for one of your services that, helps them prep for the winter, or maybe it's spring. Hey, it's spring, time to get those windows cleaned, right? So you can just go ahead. If you have the same seasonal offers, create a campaign, put those offers out there, at the right time for each season. And then you don't have to think about it. Even holidays, you can even do a holiday campaign for special offers for the holidays. I can't tell you, and this is going to sound kind of embarrassing, Trevor, but I can't tell you how many years in a row, like Black Friday was like about to hit, and Ron would be like, "Hey, what are we doing for Black Friday?" And we're like, "Oh, shoot." We're doing nothing for Black Friday.
Totally.
No deals, no special offers. We missed it like several years. We're unprepared for several years in a row. And then we're like, you know what? Let's just automate this. And that's what we did. And now we don't miss any holiday specials, right? We get those out to those potential customers and customers. But again, that's something that it's a campaign that you can create through automation, and it just automatically runs. And guess what? That's just money coming into the business, right? We always say we want mailbox money. We want leads coming in and more jobs coming in that we didn't have to do a lot of work to get it. But then we don't put any campaigns in place to actually generate those leads and those jobs. So those are just a couple of campaign ideas. Any other ideas, Trevor, you had for campaigns that I didn't cover?
Not about campaigns necessarily, but like I do want to talk about real quick, how perfection is the killer of profits, right?
Yes.
And if you haven't heard that before, then you live under a rock, because perfection is the killer of profit. And if you are, I want to do this, I want to send out this, even that pest control company, it was like, there was one partner that was like, well, I don't know if I would say it that way. And I would want to write this and that. And it's like, you've been in business for 10 years and haven't sent anything out. And now you want to be Mr. Perfectionist about like about these things that you're sending out that is generating you business. And it's like, no, perfection. You had 10 years to write the perfect email talking about these additional services and stuff, and you didn't do it. We came in and, in a day created a great campaign that generated you tens of thousands of dollars in business. And sure, it's not the way you would say it, but guess what? You weren't saying it. So perfection is the killer of profits. And I want you guys to think about that. If you are going to wait for it to be perfect to launch it, you will never launch it and you will never make the profits off of it. And you are just letting your competitors, who are going to market those services and things like that are going to be reaching out to customers, you're going to let them steal the business from you. And I'm telling you, that will 100% happen. So guys, come on, jump on board with this. And it's really important, because like even that customer that came in today, he found, I think he said 70 form fills from like, he doesn't even know when, came in, that there was no automation behind it, no emails, no text messages, no phone calls, no follow-up. Like, they were discombobulated. They didn't even know. He's like, dang, dude, like we didn't even know we had these 70 people. And then I pointed out, and furthermore, if you did communicate with them, they would have just been communicated with via email only, which again is like the bare minimum. And when you're talking B2C to consumers, businesses are one thing. We live in our emails, right? But consumers do not. They do not live in their emails. So communicating through text message is one of the most important things that you can be doing. All right. So let's get into the homework today. Great episode. We'll keep it quick, under 15 minutes. So come up with a campaign, one of these types of campaigns that we talked about today, this week, and implement it. If you don't know how to automate it, then get in touch with us. We will help you automate it. Like, guys, this is so important. It will absolutely change your business. And I guarantee a lot of you don't have the automation in place. You wish you had automation in place. You have systems and programs, but they don't really do the automation that you need. All right, then you know what? Just buck up and get with us. It's time to get it done. No more sitting around. I don't usually plug us very often, but I'm just straight up plugging us today that like, get the automation in place. If you don't get with us, get with somebody, or if you've already got some sort of system, get that dang thing set up, because you are just leaving money on the table. All right, guys, we love you. We appreciate you. Thanks for spending another Tuesday morning with us on So Tell Us Time, and we will check you guys out on the next episode.